As I'm sure you all know, earlier this year, we lost a hero. We lost an absolute wizard of manga, Akira Toriyama, famed for creating Dr. Slump, Dragon Ball Z, Jocko Space Patrol, and a slew of other properties, with manga being the artist for video games, the whole nine. And with his loss, of course, comes the question of what is going to happen with the Dragon Ball, with his estate and with the ownership of Dragon Ball. And if the rumors are true, then things aren't looking good. So welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol, and I had one of my viewers sent me this video. Japanese companies are fighting to control Dragon Ball. Now, I haven't seen this yet, but I am incredibly nervous about the future of Dragon Ball. Daima is coming up, and as the supreme numero uno Dragon Ball fan in the world, I am very excited for Daima. But that was also the last project that Toriyama himself was heavily involved in, and now, if the rumors are to be believed, we've got companies vying for control over the property, and what does that mean for the future, and how deep does this go, and what's sort of the inside look? So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and react to this video. I don't do a lot of video reactions when I'm not live streaming, but to be real, the Dragon Ball fan in me is curious, and I sort of need to know how much to guard my heart. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's check out Japanese companies are fighting to control Dragon Ball.
Companies are fighting over Dragon Ball? It's time for the latest news out of Japan. The passing of Akira Toriyama on March 1st, 2024 has profoundly affected fans and the anime and manga industry.
R.I.P. to the GOAT. Just say R.I.P. to the GOAT.
And now, Dragon Ball fans have even more reason to feel distraught, because there is now a huge question mark as regards to the future of the series. With Toriyama gone, the future of the Dragon Ball franchise faces uncertainty, as disputes over the inheritance creates turmoil within the industry. A recent report by Toyo Keizai highlights the conflict centered around Akio Ioku, former head of Shueisha's Dragon Ball Room. Known for his close relationship with Toriyama, Ioku played a crucial role in shaping the Dragon Ball universe. Back in May 2023, Ioku left Shueisha to form Capsule Corporation Tokyo, named after the fictional company in the series.
That is awesome. I had no idea about that. I knew about how tight he was with Toriyama, but I did not know that he left the company to start his own corporation called Capsule Corp. Yo, that is mad respect. Imagine your buddy, your partner in crime, having such a profound impact on you that you start your own business and you name it after something that he created in his fictional works. That is, bro, that is straight up bro science right there.
To manage creative activities and intellectual property rights. According to Shueisha Insider, Ioku's departure caused significant unrest. He had been a pivotal figure since his appointment in 2016 and was previously editor-in-chief of V-Jump. Issues arose when Ioku decided to adapt Toriyama's Sandland into a film without consulting superiors. This attitude, perceived as possessive, led to discussions of his reassignment in 2022.
Well, again, to be fair, he should be possessive. If my assumption, again, obviously I don't know anything about this, my assumption would be that he is Toriyama's one of Toriyama's right-hand men, one of the people that he knew, that he trusted implicitly, which, by the way, there weren't a whole lot of. If you know anything about Toriyama's backstory, there were very few folk that he actually truly trusted. So if homie here went ahead and just had the balls to pull the trigger on Sandland, he probably, if I had to wager a guess, did it knowing that Toriyama would be okay with it. And this is, of course, when Toriyama was still alive, so yeah, I would imagine it was fine.
His decision to go independent. Despite leaving Shueisha, Ioku continued to be involved with the franchise, serving as executive producer of the upcoming Dragon Ball Daima anime series. His exit posed significant challenges for Shueisha, Bandai Namco, and other stakeholders, raising concerns about Shueisha potentially losing control over the Dragon Ball IP. Toriyama's dissatisfaction with Ioku's removal from the Dragon Ball Room further complicated matters, as Shueisha's chairman Marue Horiuchi failed to persuade Toriyama to align with their views.
Because Toriyama was an OG and he was dedicated. He said, like, a lot of folks don't realize Toriyama didn't have a whole lot of like pull on very much of Dragon Ball anime properties whatsoever. His whole goal has been the manga. Like that's what he's always worked on. Yeah, he's had say and he's had opinions and he's done, character designs for the animes and stuff like that. But in general, he's never actually had creative control, which is why so many folks, myself included, are so excited for Daima, because this is the most involved in an anime project he's actually ever been in. That includes things like the OG Dragon Ball and OG Dragon Ball Z.
Situation also placed Bandai Namco in a difficult position, with unclear management of the rights to the original work causing stress in coordination efforts. Following Toriyama's death, his final wishes for the franchise's future remains unknown, leaving ongoing disputes unresolved. Industry executives are now looking to Toriyama's family for guidance on the franchise's future, hoping their sentiments will provide a resolution. However, industry insiders speculate that the battle for control over Dragon Ball is far from over. It's no surprise.
Well, no, obviously they're gonna be far from over. Like, let's be real. Everyone and their grandmother is gonna want a piece of the Dragon Ball pie. That is what it is. We're talking about one of the highest grossing IPs in the world. It is consistently in the top 20 list of most profitable IPs, and it usually fluctuates between the 11th place and 14th place mark. So if you have the opportunity to be in creative control and be able to be the money man, basically, behind one of the top 20 highest grossing IPs in the world, yeah, there's going to be some issues. No one is going to let that go lightly. And how many people are in it for their love of Dragon Ball? Like, are they trying to get this because they care about Toriyama's work, because they care about what this man has gifted the world and his legacy and what's going to continue to be left when it comes to this amazing property? Or are they interested in it because they see dollar signs, so they're going that Hollywood route? Because if you had to ask me, homie, they were talking about earlier, the one that had left and started his own literal capsule corp, if he got control, I'd be willing to just wager a guess he would treat it properly. But you got folks like Shueisha, who, I get it. Yeah, Shueisha's great. They give us all these fucking awesome shonen anime that we love and whatnot. There's still kind of a shady Japanese business company that, are known for crunch and not treating their employees very well, like so many anime and manga companies are. Like, I don't know. Yeah, this is a very obvious outcome. Or very obvious story like through line we're seeing here. I'm more curious about the outcome, which obviously is going to be in this video because we don't know the outcome yet. But I wonder how bad it really is.
Surprised that this conflict has caused an uproar within the Dragon Ball fandom community. Many fans are saddened to see one of their favorite series be in such a crippling situation. And one openly said on X, "This is just sad and tragic. Companies fighting for rights for Dragon Ball."
See, and this is what I thought as well. So Chibi Reviews says, this is just sad and tragic. Companies fighting for the rights to Dragon Ball, nothing but vultures. From my understanding, Akira Toriyama will want Ioku to have the rights. Again, that would be my understanding. I'm not going to pretend to know too terribly much about Ioku. I've watched, multiple, exposés that talk about him, he and Toriyama's partnership. But the focus is always on Toriyama. This is, again, more of a right-hand man than anything. Like, he's the Vegeta to Toriyama's Goku. And while Vegeta's a very important figure, I'm a Goku guy through and through.
Nothing but vultures. From my understanding, Akira Toriyama would want Ioku to have the rights. Ioku has now become the chosen one among fans, because majority of the animanga community stands firmly behind the idea that he is the one who should inherit the rights to Dragon Ball.
Okay, but here's the question. What about Toriyama's, because I thought Toriyama's son would have a claim as well. And again, I'm not going to pretend to know anything about Japanese law or inheritance or how any of that works, or even if Toriyama's son is interested in it. But, like, I would think that would logically be where the law would say, hey, you are his son. You're his next of kin. Like, you're his next living heir. Again, maybe that's not how the law works, and I'm a completely fucking ignorant foreign Westerner, but it's just strange to me that he hasn't been brought up whatsoever yet.
A fan expressed his concerns, saying, "I'd rather have it in the hands of someone who actually cares about the IP than someone who sees it as something like a content farm like Disney with both Marvel/Lucasfilms."
That is exactly what Dragon Ball will become. If Dragon Ball does not end up in the right hands, which again sounds like Ioku, but again, I also don't know why they're not bringing up Toriyama's son. But either way, one of those two, someone who actually cherishes it, loves it, then yeah, we're finally gonna get more Dragon Ball Super. And then we're going to get more, and we're going to get more. And it's just going to become like, when's the last time anyone's ever been excited, say for Deadpool and Wolverine, exception not the rule, for a fucking Marvel movie, or for a Star Wars project, or even for a Pixar project at this point? Like, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure even Disney has claim to the Western distribution rights to Dragon Ball. That's something I've read before. I don't know. Maybe that's just film rights. Either way, it's something I've read. I don't know how much truth there is to it, so don't quote me on it. But either way, yeah, that is 100% what will happen. And you know what? I guess I'm at least, like, slightly happy knowing at least this happens in the East as well, and it's not just a fucking Western problem. But I'd rather it not be a problem for either of us.
I don't want Dragon Ball to solely become a product to consume. Many fans agree with this sentiment, and some have even begun expressing their disdain towards Shueisha in extreme ways, calling them a corrupt and greedy company, and even—
Well, yeah, and that tweet says so is Toei, and yeah, those are both accurate. Like, do some research into Shueisha. Yeah, that is 100% accurate.
Going as far as plotting ways to frame Shueisha for an illegal crime.
All right, well, this is clearly a joke.
However, not every fan believes that it's best for Ioku to end up winning this corporate struggle. It's believed that if Ioku claims the rights to the Dragon Ball IP, Toyotaro wouldn't be able to finish the manga, since Shueisha would currently have the rights to the Dragon Ball Super story.
I don't know that that's true, because if Ioku gets the rights to Dragon Ball as an IP, I mean, would that not mean that the manga comes with that as well? And if it doesn't come as well, I mean, they could work out some sort of deal the same way that, like, again, Sony and Disney had a deal to share Spider-Man, for example. I imagine a deal could be worked out to allow Toyotaro to finish the manga. In fact, I've heard, I could be wrong, but I've heard that the super manga is close to ending anyway. I guarantee you the super manga will probably end before this rights situation is finished out, but again, that's just speculation.
Also being questioned if it's possible for Ioku to act.
He has skin in the game if Toriyama Bird legally signed over management rights to him. It's unclear if that actually happened in formal manner or if they were just acting like it on a contracted advisor basis. I'm not going to pretend to know really anything about the actual legal aspect of it, but it seems to me like there's enough, just on this video alone, it seems like there's enough information out there to at least have a case be made for Ioku.
Actually claim the IP, given that he'd need to have legal backing in form of Akira Toriyama's will or any official statement where the—
Okay, then here's where Toriyama's son comes in, because if it's not in Toriyama's will, then I would imagine next of kin would have say. Like that's— I don't know how Japan works, but that's how something like that works in America. I mean, as someone who's had family members die, and things have come to me, they're like, yo, Leon, we need you to make certain decisions based on assets and whatnot. So it would, at that point, it would be between, Toriyama's son or maybe his wife or whoever would be able to have say in where the rights go. Although, again, I don't know why they wouldn't want to just take the rights themselves. They're his family, but
legendary mangaka signed over the management rights to him, and no such document has been provided yet. As such, it's looking more likely that Shueisha would emerge victorious in this struggle. So, some fans have proposed that the best course of action would be a partnership between Ioku—
That's what I said earlier. That's when I made the comparison to the way that Disney and Sony share Spider-Man. That seems to be the way to go with this. It's like, hey, fine, you guys, you get 40% the cut or whatever, or fuck, 60% of the cut, whatever is the similar deal to Sony and Disney, but give us creative control because we understand Toriyama's wants, his needs, his legacy, his love for the franchise and the source material, and that would just be, in my opinion, that would be money on that would just be money bags rolling in, because people are kind of dissatisfied. Like a lot of OG fans who grew up on the Western version of Dragon Ball and not the Eastern version are dissatisfied with Super and whatnot anyway. So it's not like you've got some trust to do when it comes to earning back your global audience, because not everybody is educated enough to understand how fucking awesome Super is, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, Dragon Ball has been going through sort of a damage in brand, at least on the anime side of things, and the manga, because the manga has not been selling spectacularly well. It's been selling all right, but it's not been selling things like One Piece or Attack on Titan, things that have been selling way better. So Dragon Ball is not the king that it used to be on the sales side. You really should probably take the person that knows the franchise and will absolutely be able to get it back on track if you want to make money.
And shueisha. Meanwhile, others believe that Toriyama's family should be
I've
the
said it
ones
like
to
4
inherit the
times now.
franchise. For now, we can only hope that this matter gets resolved in a peaceful manner, and that the Dragon Ball franchise doesn't end up getting severely strained by this dispute. In other news, Jujutsu Kaisen will end a lot sooner than you think.
Oh, I could not care less about Jujutsu Kaisen, but yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of anything really new in this video. I appreciate who sent it to me, so thank you so much. It was still a lot of fun to watch, but yeah, all in all, I guess maybe there's something maybe a lot of you guys didn't know about, and this might be new information for you, and maybe you got no interest in it. Maybe you actually have a lot more. Hopefully, my hopes are that some of you guys have a lot more insight than I do into how the actual back-end deals this would work on an Eastern level. Because I mean, I can talk all day about, oh, Disney and Sony having their shared partnership with Spider-Man, but that's still a Western style business contract. I don't know that it's the same over there. So maybe those of you, I know I've got Japanese viewers, I'd love to know what you guys think about this, or sort of let me know in the comments if even half of what I said is possible. Again, I would also love to know why Toriyama's family wasn't brought up. I would think that maybe there's a reason for that, but all in all, it does suck to see that Dragon Ball is in the state of limbo it's in. We're about to get Daima literally in a couple of months now, and from there, nothing. We don't have any word, any information on any new Dragon Ball movies, on a continuation of Super when it comes to the anime side of things. It's really all in limbo, and it's all in limbo, it seems like, because yeah, there's no one actually knows who holds the rights to Dragon Ball because of God Toriyama's passing. So I'd love to know what you guys think about this. You heard my thoughts, but I'd love to know what yours, so let me know in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Not always about the anime industry, but video games, movies, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon, and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I react to on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course, get involved with over 80 other vital idols. We are a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further, because we do care about diversity, but only one kind of diversity of thought. So if that's interesting to you, hit the subscribe button, join the Discord, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.